before we even talk about the marketing, right? Today's topic is slightly different. I'm not going to talk about the various marketing channels or what kind of target audience we should reach out to. But this is some of the observation that I actually have seen for the past 10 years as a marketer myself. Okay. So let's start off with the first observation. Okay. The topic is about how to level up your marketing game. Okay, so we do know that for the last 10 years, right, the growth of social media is something that we cannot ignore. Okay, I think 10 years ago, in 2004, Facebook just started out. Okay, that is where I think a lot of marketers will know that Facebook at that time, okay, is only left to very junior marketing team members to manage it. Okay, usually the marketing manager don't manage Facebook. Okay, so but Facebook is very important because it actually help us over the past few years grow importance. Okay, and at the same time, you're actually gaining the momentum of snatching away the advertising dollar away from the very traditional media. Okay, so okay, so we do know that over the past few years, there is a lot of different emerging of new social media channels coming up. For example, like Instagram, okay, TikTok, and everything. Okay, this is the very first observation I would like to share with everyone. Okay, the second observation that I want to actually highlight is the rise of brand ambassador distress. Okay, so we do know that I think in 2010, right, Procter and Gamble actually decided to drop and not renew Tiger Hood endorsement. Okay, after there was a string of like personal affair, also the divorce news that was during that time in 2010. Okay, we recently, okay, in Asia itself, right, the Italian luxury brand Prada, okay, have actually dropped three of their ambassador. Okay, from October 2020 to January this year. Okay, two of them is coming from Korea and one from China itself. Okay, so the inability for the companies, right, and the brand to control and to make sure that the marketing dollars is actually spent effectively, right, actually have distressed a lot of marketing manager. Okay, so at the same time, right, this actually forces the marketing managers to think about it. Should I actually have a spokesperson? Should I sign like a 1 year, 2 year kind of an endorsement with them? Okay. One example I want to highlight is Shopee and Lazada. Okay. So over here at the right hand side, you will see that actually advertisement that was run by Shopee Singapore. Okay. So if you notice, right, itself over here we have three ambassadors, okay, and they are very localized. We have the Hua Tukang from the character from Singapore. We have Anu that is which is a very popular singer that is in the Southeast Asia that we are very well known of, and then we have the local Mark Lee for the recent 6/6 tweet sales. Okay, so if you notice, right, from December last year and the Chinese New Year during the February and also June this month, they actually have three ambassadors. Okay, by actually embracing different key brand ambassador during this kind of short period, right, actually minimize the potential of actually ambassador doing something wrong, or you actually have will affect the brand. Okay, so this is the second observation I've noticed is the distress that it brings for a lot of brands owner for this kind of ambassador kind of their private life kind of issue. Okay, the third observation that I want to highlight is, right, marketer, right, has been seen as the rising importance marketing as a supporting growth pillar. Okay, marketing has become very, very complex, especially with a lot of social issue happening, ranging from COVID to Black Lives Matters to even climate crisis. Okay, marketing team, right, have been forced to actually transform their contribution to the company. Okay, they are not just about, oh, how am I going to market this product or this offering. Okay, they are actually accountable for the company growth. Okay, so some of the activities they look at, right, there's two ways that a marketer can actually create values. Okay, first, from a very strategic point of view. Okay, second, from a very operational point of view. Okay, why is it so? Is because marketer, we are very exposed to external stakeholders. Okay, we gather feedback, whether is it from our customer or whether is it from our supplier or even our partners. Okay, it allows us to turn all this feedback into business insight. Okay, that we can share internally and to facilitate some of the new product discovery, or we can actually consider new business model down the road. Okay, at the same time, because marketing function, right, we get to work with various level, okay, whether is it management or whether is it head of department or whether is it to the executive, and we actually work with a lot of function. Okay, it can be from shipping, from merchandiser, from logistic all the way. Okay, we do know one thing. Okay, we do know that there is a lot of misalignment. Okay, between like business unit, function, team. Okay, in which each of the different department, function, or business unit have their individual goals, which sometimes might not even be actually gel together. Okay, so marketing team, right, can actually create a very operational value, to which, right, they actually can bring a very diversified team, okay, together to share a common growth agenda. Okay, so this is the three main pillar observation I actually noticed for the past 10 years. Okay, because of these three observation, right, I'm going to talk about the three key trends that you should take note of. Okay, so the three key trends. First, okay, I would like to highlight, we need to redefine our approach. Okay, with this pandemic happening right now, right, and working from home has become a norm. Okay, we are being forced to go virtual, which is online. Okay, the speed of going online is very, 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 very fast right now, and a lot of people are being forced to go digitalization. Okay, so marketer, right, we have to relook at how are we going to engage with all the various stakeholders, including customer partners and all these things. Okay, so we need to weigh the pros and cons on how to reach out to them effectively, but and also in the virtual world itself. Okay, the second observation I would like to highlight is we need to look at the how integration. That means we need to how. Okay, we need to come up with a very integrated marketing program. Okay, why is it so? Is because based on the third observation, the line between how can the marketer contribute to the business and actually reaching out to the customer is being blurred. Okay, marketer actually need to take a much more overview on how can the individual team members contribute to this both area. Okay, for instance, okay, when they are running certain campaign, right, it's just not about just promoting their products or their offering. Okay, it's not about just highlighting the product features, advantage, and benefit. It's not. Okay, it should also incorporate the company purpose, the company values, the company belief. Okay, emphasizing why is the company taking this initiative. Okay, with the introduction of the product. Okay, so the third key trend that I want to actually highlight will be who. Okay, who should we engage? Okay, who should be the spokesperson? Because the second key trend we talk about is the spokesperson, right? Okay, marketing is not only just relying on external third party, okay, such as ambassador or celebrity, to increase the awareness or even popularity of a business or even your product. Okay, increasing popularity or gaining awareness, right, can actually start from internal too. For example, your internal team members. Okay, it can range from your management to your even HOD. Okay, that they can actually contribute part into the marketing plan. Okay, let us you should let your customer know who is the team behind it. Okay, that bring the product to you, leverage on their expertise. Okay, personality. Okay, personal value, and those expertise, personality, and value can be transferred, okay, to the company brand itself. Okay, so I would like to actually introduce you this 4 level of marketing. Okay, for organization of any size, right, marketing can be done in this 4 level. Okay, first we have individual, second the team, third the company, and lastly the external stakeholders. Okay, external stakeholders referring to like association or even sometimes government bodies. Okay, so let me just run it through each individual level that I was talking about. But I want to highlight that is we do not need to cover all 4 levels in our marketing campaign, and we do not need to go from level 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it can be a combination, or it can be just tapping on a few levels to actually reach your marketing agenda. Okay, so the first one is individual, which we are actually more applicable for like business owner, okay, entrepreneur, or even management. Okay, what is the purpose of doing that is to communicate your passion, your belief, or your expertise, that why am I starting this business? Okay, what is my belief? What do I want to solve? Okay, because of my belief, my ambitious, okay, I'm starting this business, providing this service offering to you. Okay, so this is level 1 about individual. Okay, level 2, team. Okay, this is more applicable for like HOD or even manager. Okay, the purpose is to showcase your company's strength. Okay, that is tied back to the product feature. So for example, if I'm a security expert, okay, I can actually tap on my expertise to promote or even to actually showcase my expertise in this thing, to actually transfer this kind of expertise down to the product, or even to my belief, to my follower on this product is working. Okay, the third level that we talk about is companies. Okay, what do you mean by companies? Company is that they can be both related or non-related to an industry. Okay, this is where we actually can introduce collaboration, partnership, in which the purpose, right, is to enhance your offering to your customer. Okay, offering does not mean the product. It can be a service that actually you guys can combine it together. Okay, and the last level that I'm talking about, it will be external stakeholders. Okay, external stakeholders is actually more applicable for association, government bodies. Okay, working with stakeholders relevancy, right, to actually give credibility, okay, or even to emphasize your company values, or even their belief, or even what they want to do in the to give you a very social impact. Okay, so each level of marketing serve a different purpose. But most importantly is, right, the value showcased by the various marketing effort can be conducted in this 4 level. Okay, so before I move on, I will use some of the case studies to showcase what do I mean by 4 level of marketing. Okay, I will use a very local Singapore SME case study, which is called Love Bonito. Basically, let me just share a little bit background about this company. This company started off with in I think in 2006. Before that is called Bonito Chico. Okay, this company do not when they start, it's just a blog shop itself. Okay, it started off with 3 co-founder. We have Rachel, Viola, and Velda. Okay, what they did is they just was sourcing for Bangkok clothes during that time, and just resell it in the blog shop. Okay, but they see they are at a very infant stage. Okay, pioneering the whole online fashion label. During that time, we do not really have a lot of fashion label in Singapore. Okay, and after which, right, they decided to go from online to go to offline. Okay, they start opening a physical store, and they actually did their rebranding of the company. And right now, the company is called Love Bonito. Okay, so Love Bonito, why are they so special? Okay, before that, I would like to share a little bit about their success. Okay, they have offices in Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Indonesia. Okay, so Love Bonito unique selling point is they actually cater to very Asian woman sizing. Okay, which other brand like Zara or the rest like H&M, they actually are much more international sizing, that sometimes maybe Asian body shape might not be able to actually embrace this kind of design. Okay, so instead of actually engage in like price competition, they go for quality, they go for fitting. Okay, so Love Bonito, during that time, I will share a little bit about their marketing effort in these 4 different levels. Okay, first on a very individual level. Okay, we do know that Love Bonito actually pride themselves, right, as a woman, very woman-driven kind of thing, in which they actually touch a lot of women's topics. For example, pregnancy, women rights, okay, mental health, uh, sometimes even home violence. Okay, so the whole brand was built by Rachel, saying that it's by woman for woman itself. Okay, so Rachel, let me just share a little bit background about her. She is someone that is very brave, I would say, and very ambitious, because she decided to actually drop off from her college to actually embark on this entrepreneur journey. Okay, with no money of her own, she actually turned to her mom, okay, for some of the fundings for that time. Okay, so and during that time they managed to grow the business, and then they get funded. Right now, if I'm not wrong, they are in actually series. They already get funded by Series B itself. Okay, so if you look at this article right now, right, what Rachel was trying to tell you is, right, I'm not selling clothing. I'm empowering women, okay, from all life, okay, whether are you just a fresh grad, okay, graduate, going for a first interview, okay, you come here, we'll make sure that we'll get you actually confident, dress confidently, okay. Even though maybe you are a woman, a career woman, okay, we do have work clothing for you, okay. If you are going to be, you are mom, okay, we do have a pregnancy kind of dress for you guys, or even when you are a mother of 2 or 3, I have actually children's kits, okay. But what is special about their marketing effort is not about what kind of product they're selling, okay. They build a community within the brand itself, okay, and which they do know that the importance of actually working with partners to be actually enhance the offering to this community of women, okay. So I will move on to the second level, okay, which is about team, okay. Love Bonito also engage in marketing at a very team level, okay. When they are launching for new collection or even campaign, right, or even last year when we actually have circuit breaker, they do know how to actually engage their customer virtually, okay. So what they did is they actually have AMA, Ask Me Anything, okay. So what they actually showcase their talent executive, okay, or even their stylist to actually engage to people like, oh, for example, if I'm going for a job interview, okay, what kind of questions, okay, will the person will ask you, okay, how can you prepare for it, prepare for a job interview, okay, how should you look confident, okay. So for Stella or the head stylist, right, she actually tell you how to style yourself, okay, how do you know your different body shape, okay, to bring out the best and your own confident out self. So some of the keywords that actually embrace it is empowerment for this brand, okay, um, confidence, okay, and always doing the best, okay. So moving on to a third level, okay, I will actually share with you how Love Bonito actually use partnership, okay, and collaboration with various brands to actually always bring very new exciting offering to their customer. Okay, for the third one, for companies, okay, they also collaborate with a lot of business partner. Okay, what they did is actually right in the image over here, we actually have LB community, which is in short Love Bonito community. Okay, in which its members can have access to very exclusive or even partner promotion or product. Okay, through their membership point accumulated when they spend the money. Okay, so this actually this also actually allowed as a members, right, to actually feel that, hey, I can try new things using my points. So this actually gives them chances to actually try new things. Okay, another part of kind of partnership they look at is actually with celebrities or even like influencer, in which to come up with a series of collection of clothes. Okay, or sometimes even the shoe brand over here. Okay, they collect together to launch their first series of shoes. Okay, so the importance of knowing in your ecosystem, okay, what kind of partner can enhance the value is something that a marketer should look at, okay, because offering should not be just only one person, that means the company providing the offering, okay. The ecosystem, the community kind of offering, right, is much more can build brand loyalty itself, because is the pressure is not relying on the brand itself to actually come up with new offering, but you can actually do a lot of collaboration and partnership with various partners to actually enhance their offering to your customer. Okay, so this is something that I think a lot of marketer, they usually will not go into that route. Okay, they will usually go for very into like, oh, I have a product, I need to do the marketing a campaign for it. Okay, the last one that I want to highlight will be stakeholders. Okay, external stakeholders. Okay, so Love Bonito actually have engaged very actively with Singapore Association as well as government bodies. Okay, so as a brand itself, right, they stand for a lot of women issue. Okay, so for example, they actually partner with AWARE, which is a Association of Women for Action and Research, a very non-profit organization that talk about gender equality and providing critical support service for women. So if you look at this image over here, right, it is actually a screenshot from their website. Okay, so if you look at the banner, it's actually stay home promotion. It looked like it's a work from home kind of sales promotion that Love Bonito is having right now. But what is very into the text is they talk about if some women are having some family violence and would like to actually go for a want to have a chat with AWARE they can go through via this website over here. Okay, so by doing that, you wouldn't be, I mean, for women that are under distress, they will not be afraid that other people actually notice they're calling for help, because this website itself doesn't look like it's actually in that line. So this is something that what Love Bonito is trying to align together with what Bonito is actually inspired to be. Okay, the second one that I would like to highlight will be Love Bonito engagement with Health Promotion Board. Okay, so when during this year Mother Day, which is quite recent, I think last month it happened, they actually do a partnership together with Health Promotion Talk to actually create a very safe space to give the spotlight on some of the women that actually did suffer breast cancer before, and how they rebound it, and how they managed to actually carry on and inspire their life to carry on. So in this video, it talk about the suffering and how the support this lady that who has from his mother. Okay, so besides just giving a video like that, Love Bonito actually go beyond that. They actually educate their customer or their community to say that it's not about whether you are young or you are old. Sometimes it's about getting yourself checked out. So they actually encourage their members to do that by actually giving a lot of information how about doing it, what are the prices, that kind of thing. Okay, so this external stakeholders, right, it actually help to actually emphasize Love Bonito branding as a woman, talking about how should we actually get ourselves educated. So if you notice this tool, right, it has really nothing to do with their product offering. But as a customer or yourself, you feel like you feel connected with the brand because they are like friends. Okay, telling you that hey, you should do your checkup. Or they are like listening ears that say, if you need help, I'm here for you. Okay, so this is the 4 level of how Love Bonito as a brand of SME brand actually embarks on their marketing campaign. Okay, so another case in point that I want to highlight, right, is if you have noticed this logo at the top left hand corner, which is Apple itself. Okay, so Apple actually launched I think last year in their event this privacy theme. So Apple also actually embarked on this 4 level kind of marketing pretty well. Okay, so for example, in last year WWDC special event keynote, right, when they actually introduced about this user privacy software, they actually feature their manager to introduce the product features, okay, itself. Okay, so they do use virtual event. So this is the first thing, being very virtual. Second is about the product, and they're using the level 2, which is about team. Okay, and because privacy is a very popular topics, okay, with a lot of like, I mean, from I think 2 years ago when Facebook have this leak thing. So we have the CEO, Tim Cook, they actually attend an event which is called the International Data Privacy Day, in which he shares his path about empowering user by right should have the choice to allow people to track or not to track them. Okay, whether do they, how can you make sure the marketing, getting data from the user, okay, to use in marketing, the trust over there. Okay, this happened in January 2021, okay, which is again virtual events, okay, but this is more towards talking about business, in terms of the company belief in certain things, which is privacy over here. Okay, talking about level 1, which is the management, the CEO of Apple, they actually talk about it. Okay, so Apple also do actually work with collaboration with Cisco over here. So the collaboration is about focusing about bringing solution to the healthcare and the retail industry. So you still notice, you look at the image and the third image, right? You're still focusing like network, security, okay, solution. Okay, so this is, they are still using a lot of like products, and also talking about how do they work with collaboration with other companies. Okay, so for over here, right, what I want to emphasize is marketing itself, right, don't be too formal in terms of, oh, I have a product, I need to come out with a campaign. To me, marketing is a continuous effort in terms of highlighting your company values, okay, and how are you going to link this with the product, okay, and with, I mean, from 2020 April until now, because of this pandemic, a lot of time the way we consume media, the way we work, the way we do things, right, the habits had already changed. Okay, so this is something that you have to relook at. Okay, the data in the past might have expired. Okay, whether is it from consumption of media, or whether is it from consumption of your product, your demand and supply, or even internal team, how you're going to collaborate with your internal stakeholders, these have all changed. Okay, so obviously our spending power or our spending behavior changed. So it is very important right now to actually review it. Okay, and there is certain key away that I want to highlight. Okay, the first one is basically you need to know. Okay, be very mindful in terms of what your company is all about, their values. Okay, and from this value you need to do a linkages and bridging point to your product. Okay, from this you need to constantly repeat that message to people. Okay, so going back to the case study that I actually share with you, Love Bonito is about women's, the keywords, empowerment, women's rights, okay, confidence. Okay, so you can actually build a lot of different activities and marketing among these keywords. Okay, Apple, okay, the case study I highlight is their privacy, security. Okay, so you need to keep on making sure that internally you embrace this value. Okay, so the second step is second takeaway is know your key topics and keywords. Okay, keep on building activity based on that, and then your communicating, your messaging need to be consistent. Third, we need to go digital format. Okay, digital format can be in terms of image, can be in terms of words copywriting, can be in terms of video. Okay, how are you going to make it easily accessible for people? Okay, uh beside channels that we are, the various marketing channels that we look at. Okay, what other innovative method you can go about doing it? Okay, it can be from various level. Okay, can you present this in a format by the CEO, okay, in a virtual event? Can you do this together with a partnership announcement with other partners that you actually have identified? Okay, and can you tap on your partners' communication channels and network on that? Okay, lastly, okay, look at 4 levels. Okay, don't just restrict yourself to I need to have a celebrities, or I can communicate my messaging just without any spokesperson. Okay, a brand need to have a personality. Okay, need to have some characteristic, need to have some values. Okay, and the most easier way of communicating that is through a person to transfer that kind of value into another brand itself. That is why in the past, celebrity, we actually pay a lot of marketing dollars on that. Okay, but we do know that celebrities can't have their pros and cons. Okay, so why don't we actually engage internal stakeholders like the entrepreneur themselves, or even manager, or even a HOD, okay, to communicate the message out. Okay, so these are the 4 key ways that I want to actually bring out to you guys on this thing. Okay, so that's all for my presentation and sharing for today. So right now I think I will open up for some of the question. Marketers, right? You have to actually go beyond what you are providing right now. Okay, so rather see yourself as a marketers, right? Another thing is to actually see yourself as a growth manager. How are you going to help the business to grow? Okay, whether is it through products, through new entry, new market entry. By doing that, you will actually look slightly different from others in terms of knowing how to differentiate yourself among your peers and all these things. Okay, so we have one question which is about what are some of the common challenges that a lot of marketers face when doing marketing virtually. I think, to be very honest, right, different marketers have different specialty, I would say. Okay, in the past, maybe let me share a little bit. In the past, most of the, or rather, I sometimes actually advise a lot of our clients, right, when they are a startup, you need to hire marketer that are generic. Okay, what do I mean by generic? They actually know a lot of different channels. They know social media, they know SEO, they know how to do press release, they know to do a lot of partnership. Okay, so but in a lot of SME, when they actually scale their business up, right, they actually start hiring specialists. For example, SEO specialists, social media specialists. Also, what is depending on other company, okay, for a SME, they actually hire specialists, right? The problem they face is each of the different individual, they would like to actually highlight, like for example, social media, what I want to do. Okay, in terms of like media buy, what I want to do. Okay, so by doing all this thing, right, your marketing campaign is not integrated. It's not a collective kind of effort. So this is the first thing. Okay. Second thing is when we talk about marketing virtually, right? For marketers that are managing online marketing, all these things, they definitely have advantage on that. Okay. Whereas for people who are managing the very traditional media that we talk about, whether is it like TV ads, okay, whether is it about print ads, okay, they do not know how to integrate. So I think a lot of marketers, what they're facing is they actually cover each of the various channels. Okay, if the company is being structured in that way. Okay, another kind of challenge they face is communication. Okay, why? Work from home, one thing. Okay, we do not know how to actually manage our marketing effort. Okay, we do not address our or redefine our marketing on how we should go about doing it. So maybe in last year Q2 and Q3 itself, right, they are still repeating their campaign, or sometimes the campaign is being finalized in the quarter and the end of financial year, which is maybe December. Okay, so when they need to change certain things, right, and working from home doesn't help. Okay, so I think one of the common challenge is internal communication during work from home, and then because of the change, they do not actually look at the change of behavior of their customer. So when they run campaign, right, they do not fulfill the KPIs they actually wanted to. Okay, and the third is virtually we need to learn new tool. Okay, for example, like this event, for example, okay, maybe in the past doing marketing for this event is slightly different. Okay, I can do pull up banners in the event space itself. I know how to engage go to engage with the like accelerator program for all these things. But when you're doing virtual event, right, you have to think of a new method of doing things. Okay, how can I tap on my partners to actually bring in people coming in? Okay, so these are some things that you have to actually think out of the box and think to be more creative. So this is something I think the challenge that is faced by a lot of marketers at the time before. I hope I actually answer your question. Do you have any more questions from the ground? Okay, we have one more question that talk about uh, what is the best go-to market channel? Personally, for right now, I would say go for virtual or online kind of channels. Okay, but which kind of marketing channels that we are looking at, right, depends on your target audience. Okay, and that will determine what kind of channels you're looking at. And when you're launching certain campaign, right, it shouldn't be just one channel by itself. Okay, you need to, as I say, one of the key takeaway is consistent repeat. Okay, this consistent repeat can be coming in different forms, different format. Okay, it can be coming from video. See, so if we talk about video, there is only a few channels that we talk about. Okay, or it can be in terms of podcast. Okay, audio. Okay, we can talk about other things. So the best go channel, there isn't any the best go channel, but definitely it need to be virtual for right now. Okay, you need to be you need to consistent repeat that message out to people. Okay, so you might want to look at when starting from working from home. Okay, what are the most go-to media that people use? Okay, besides social media, I think one of the things that we start increasing is our screen time in terms of Netflix. Okay, or we start working from home. Okay, we start listening to Spotify. Okay, as these are the some of the channels that you can look at. Okay, or you can look at we start going for radio, listening to radio. Is this something that you look at? So I think go to channel, firstly virtual. Secondly, we look at how you're going to repeat in different formats. Okay, I hope I answer Nikki's question on that. Okay, so I have one more question. Okay, I'm currently working with a team on developing a product with educational purpose. After this project, I realized that we are lacking clear of key topics. Any tip on how to correctly figure out what the keyword should be? Okay, this will go back to the 4Ps. Okay, so this is I always have this very I would say very interesting engagement with all my team members in BlackStorm. I mean, the 4Ps, we everybody know what's the 4Ps. But my question to them is, which is the first P you need to finalize? Is it product? Is it people? Okay, is it pricing or is it place? Okay. Usually people will only decide between people and product. Okay. So going back to you is you need to identify, right? If you have a product, which are the people or the target audience you're reaching out to? Okay, so this is the first thing that I identify. Because looking at the people, you have to actually have 3 characteristics. Okay, you need to profile them. These 3 person can be very different. So your educational purpose, okay, who is consuming them? Okay, who is your real end customer? This is the first thing. Okay, second thing is there any influencer that's going to influence the decision making? Okay, for the end user. So I guess give you an example. It can be you are developing an educational purpose for students that is primary school, for instance. Okay, so obviously they are not the decision maker. Decision maker usually may be parents. Okay, so you have to identify their parents. How old are they? Are they in their 30s? Are they in their 40s? Are they in their 50s? Okay, why? People who are 30, 40, 50s, the marketing I would say the value proposition they're looking for are very different. Okay, or rather the marketing channels or how they consume are very different. Okay, then you have to identify out of these 3 who is the decision maker. Okay, so going back to your keywords, right, you can have these 3 persona, okay, and identify all the 3 keywords that are associated with them. The end user will definitely give you keywords that is related to the product. Okay, the decision maker maybe actually give you more keywords related to what they want. For example, convenient. For example, I want a tracking capability that I can track my children whether the homework have been done. Okay, and the decision maker maybe is about pricing. Okay, or the decision making may be association. What kind of association your platform have with maybe verified by certain well-known educational association? So this is something that you have to identify. Okay, finalize your product. Okay, and then what are the various type of people that is going to be within your ecosystem? Okay, I hope I understand. I hope I actually answer your question on that. Okay. Okay. Next, I was just wondering, what is better, short or long form content? Which one is better, short or long form content? Depending. Okay, I would say there is no right or wrong answer what is short or long better, but it is more towards like it can be a combination. So for instance, I want to know about like Apple in example. Okay, if they want to launch a product, I want a very short content to tell me straight to the point. What are you launching? Okay, but if I am interested in what you are actually providing, I want to go into the gritty-nitty details about what exactly can this function, this product feature benefit me. Okay, or how does it work? Or when is it going to be launched? Okay, so it should be a combination of things. Okay, but some of the product offering, right, they might want to go for the long form kind of content first. Okay, and this long form content, right, the question you need to ask yourself is what kind of format are you looking at? Okay, is it video? Is it audio? Is it image? Or is it just copy? Or is it just article writing, words by itself? Okay, because for video, I can just play the video. Okay, maybe it is long in terms of 5 minutes. Okay, but in terms of sitting in front of the screen to actually look at this 5 minutes, to me it may be okay. Okay, so but it might be a little bit torturing to convert that 5-minute video content into a 10 minutes article writing. Okay, but so you need to weigh the pros and cons. Firstly is what kind of Should you go for long first or short first? So this is something that you need to take out. It should be a mixture. Okay. Second is what kind of format? Video, podcast, audio, or is it a image kind of thing, or is it just an article? Okay. And then you have to actually weigh. It should have a mixture of a mix of everything. It shouldn't be just, oh, I only go for long or short. It's not an either or thing. Okay. I hope I answered that question. Okay, next question that we have is, what would be a way to look for external stakeholder, and what is something to keep in mind when looking for one? Okay, first thing first, when I actually get this kind of question, right, I always share this thing. When you're looking for companies to look for partnership and all these things, right, you have to link back to the customer. Okay, not in terms of your product offering, okay, but what are they looking for? Who are they? Okay, for instance, I'm using Love Monitor Pro because that was the 4 level that I actually share with you. I will have to ask myself is, who is my customer? My customer can be someone from the 20s that just graduated from a university. They're looking for a new job. It can be someone that in the 30s that are always very career-minded. Can be someone who are in the mid-30s or maybe early 30s that are trying to become, are trying to embrace the body because maybe because of pregnancy. Okay, or I'm looking for someone who's a mom. I need clothing that are easy to wear and it's not and easy for me to maybe carry my baby and to take the trolley and stroller or whatever. Okay, so by knowing your customer, okay, you work on what do they do daily, what is their activity daily to identify the companies. Okay, whereas for the stakeholders, right, that we talk about, external stakeholders, we look at the values they are looking at, the issue, the social issue that they are very concerned about. Okay, so some of the social issue is, it can be about violence. Okay, it can be in terms of, like, for example, sustainability. Okay, Apple is actually is very into sustainability in terms of their product offering. Okay, it can be in issue, like, for example, doing donation. Okay, it can be even as simple as, right, embracing talking about women's issue that they face. Okay, for external stakeholders, think about what is your customer target audience values. Okay, what is the social issue that they are following? Okay, whether is it maybe mental health issue, it can be in terms of sustainability. Okay, then do something that can you work with this kind of external stakeholder to actually come up with a campaign when you can reach out to, tapping on your network. Okay, reaching out and educate your customer on certain things. Okay, so when you're looking at the company to work with, identify who is your stakeholders, identify who is your customer, and then look at how can you enhance the product offering. But when you talk about external stakeholders, look at the values and enhance on the values that they actually want to know or educate them based on their social issue that they're following. Okay, so I hope I answer your question for that, what to keep in mind. Okay, I have one last question. I do have a question on the consistent repeat. How can you make sure that the consistent repeat wouldn't become too boring? Okay, so when we talk about consistent repeat, we're not talking about the same copywritings throughout. Okay, it should be the same values throughout. Okay, the same belief or inspiration that you want to talk about it. So going back to Love Bonito, it's about empowerment, but you don't use the word empowerment throughout all your communication channels, but you actually think about how can I empower women. Okay, what kind of knowledge does a woman need to have to feel empowered? Okay, what are the things that are stopping a woman from feeling empowered? Is it their appearance? Okay, is it knowledge, lack of knowledge, or is it something that they are just lacking a very safe environment to actually express themselves? Okay, so that is where you identify that, oh, they actually lack of a space. Okay, so I can actually, what I can do is I can actually conduct classes in which I can actually invite my members inside here to share some of the challenge that they face as a woman. Okay, and this can be shared with the committee itself. So eventually, more and more women will feel that, this is a very safe environment, and I feel empowered to actually feel safe to actually voice out certain issue. Okay, so the consistent and repeat is not about just, okay, I keep on talking about certain things. I need to repeat and repeat and repeat. It's about the key topics, the theme that you want to keep on repeating. Empowerment, okay, sustainability. So what kind of thing are people looking for? Okay, so this look at how to do it. Okay, look at what kind of knowledge is missing, and that you actually can share with them. Okay, and you need to be the subject matters expert in that kind of key topics or the keywords that you actually identify, or you are being seen as you are leading that kind of initiative on the key topics and the keywords that you actually identify.
Thank you so much, Shelby, for sharing her insights with us, and of course, all the wonderful questions. Yeah, I believe there are more questions to come, and of course, definitely, this session is only 1 hour, and usually 1 hour cannot cover too many questions because it's only 1 hour and it's very short. So if you have other like burning questions in mind that you would like to ask Shelby, okay, you can actually connect with Shelby over here. Okay, she has this listing for one-to-one expert advisory. So if you wish to reach out to Shelby, you can just scan this QR code over here. If not, if you're on your mobile phone, you can actually have a quick screenshot of this screen over here. Or if you're on your desktop, you can also do a quick screenshot of this, okay, for later reference if you need to. Okay, so lastly, oh yeah, okay, so lately we have joined we have been inside Telegram group. So this is where we blast all our latest news and updates over here. This including like upcoming events as well as other insights that's being uploaded on our social media channels as well as on Xperinia. So if you wish to like receive more of these like informations or daily dose of insights regarding marketing or anything that's tied to business, you can actually join us in this Telegram group, and we will keep you guys updated with the latest news and updates over here. All right, so once again, thank you so much for coming. Okay, we hope to see you again in the next upcoming event.